India's latest fighter jet is finally set to soar. Amid concerns regarding engine supply from General Electric, the US aerospace giant has handed over the first F404 Iron 20 engine to India's Hindustan Aeronautics Limited on the 25th of March. This is a turning point for India's aerospace ambitions for an indigenous fighter jet, which is capable of handling any threat from Pakistan or China. The Tejas MK1A will now replace IAF's aging squadrons like the Soviet-era MiG-21s, though the project itself has been facing multiple delays. The handing over of the initial General Electric F404 Iron 20 engine for the Indian light combat aircraft LCA MK1A is an important development in India's quest to build its own defense industry. In August 2021, HAL inked a $716 million, around 5,375 crore rupee agreement with GE Aerospace for the supply of 99 F404 engines for the Indian Air Force's Tejas MK1A project. The initial timeline had the deliveries starting in March or April 2023, in sync with the timeline of the HAL delivering the first Tejas Mark 1A aircraft to the Indian Air Force by March 31st, 2024. However, successive instances of supply chain disruptions compounded by pandemic-led lockdowns and the intricacies involved in resuming the F404 production line caused significant time lags and delayed the project. The production line had been dormant since 2016 after GE finished an earlier order of 65 engines for the Tejas Mk1 jets. On March 25, 2025, GE Aerospace officially declared the shipment of the initial F404 engine from its plant in the US to India's HAL. The engine left the GE plant that day and will arrive in India soon to be tested by the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. This is a milestone that comes 2 years late, with GE blaming the delays on difficulties in re-establishing its worldwide supply chain and resuming production. In spite of the delays, GE has now pledged to supply 12 engines in 2025, the first one arriving now and the other 11 before December. Starting in 2026, the company intends to supply 20 engines annually, which will be equivalent to HAL's endeavor to ramp up Tejas Mk1A production. Now, the target for the HAL is to make 16 fighter jets per year for the Indian Air Force, going up to 24 within a couple of years. The delivery is crucial for the Indian Air Force, which has been suffering from a shortage of fighter jet squadrons, having only 31 operational squadrons compared to the approved operational need of 42 to face any two-front war. The demand for new jets is pressing. The Tejas Mark 1A, a more advanced version of the LCA, is central to India's plans to bridge this gap in India's defense strategy. The delays had sparked concerns about the operational capability of the Indian Air Force, with high-level government discussions following. When Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited the United States in 2024, he reportedly urged GE officials to speed up deliveries, citing the strategic significance of this program. Aside from engine supply problems, the Tejas Mark 1A project has faced other setbacks as well. A Danish embargo on key engine charge amplifiers and Israeli supply delays in integrating software have also slowed this project. To offset these delays, HAL has been employing reserve or already used F404 engines for initial testing and limited production, with the intention of replacing them when the new F404 engines become available from the US. The Tejas program has come a long way since its beginning. Originally conceived in the 1980s as India's own light combat aircraft project, the Tejas was officially christened in 2001 by then Prime Minister Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee. The Mk1 configuration of the base version, powered by the General Electric F404 Iron 20, came about after India's indigenous Kaveri engine project faced several delays. The aircraft received initial operational clearance in 2013 and final operational clearance in 2019, with deliveries to the Indian Air Force beginning in 2016. A total of 40 Mk1 units were ordered, including trainer variants, and as of March 2025, around 35 to 36 aircraft had been delivered. The Tejas MK1A or the Mark 1A is the upgraded version of the MK1s and was contracted in 2021 with an initial order for 83 aircraft, followed by a proposal for 97 additional aircraft in 2024. The MK1A keeps the GE F404 engine but adds improved avionics, an active electronically scanned array or ASA radar, a more advanced electronic warfare suite, and improved maintainability features. The initial prototype, or the LA5033, had its first flight in March 2024. Now, delays in delivering engines and other components have forced schedules from the initial March 2024 to mid-2025. 3 are currently ready for delivery, subject to certification. But India's dreams of producing world-class fighter jets go way beyond the Tejas MK1A fighter jet. The Tejas Mark IIs, or the medium-weight fighter, is a bigger and more sophisticated version of this fighter jet. It's in the pipeline. With a more powerful General Electric F414 engine, the Tejas Mark IIs will replace IAF's outdated multi-role aircraft like the Mirage 2000s, Jaguar, and even the MiG-29 fleets. The initial prototype of the Tejas Mark II is to be rolled out in 2025 itself, with flight testing in 2026 and mass production in 2029. The Indian Navy also considered a naval version of the Tejas for carrier operations, but it was found unsuitable because of thrust constraints. But the experience from the Tejas program is being used to develop the twin-engine deck-based fighter, or the TED-BF. The Tejas project has also given the confidence to New Delhi to pursue an ambitious 5th-generation AMCA stealth fighter project with a 2035 induction timeline. General Electric's history with the Tejas program is lengthy. The F404 family of engines, developed originally in the 1970s, had been a fixture of fighter programs around the globe. The F404 Iron 20 model was tailor-made for India, with higher thrust capacity and stronger materials to achieve superior performance. Nonetheless, the ultimate plan for India is to break the foreign supply dependency chain. In 2010, GE's more powerful F414 was chosen to equip the Tejas Mark IIs under a contract for 99 engines. Although the first batch of 8 engines will be imported from America, production thereafter, manufacturing of these engines will happen in India under terms of an 80% technology transfer agreement. The F414 engine is also slated to be employed in future indigenous fighter projects, such as the ambitious Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft or the Stealth AMCA project. The delivery of the initial F404 engine marks a significant step for India's fighter aircraft program, which HAL now set to deliver the first Tejas MK1A by mid-2025. The attention will be on keeping production schedules now and ensuring that the Indian Air Force gets the aircraft and fighter squadrons it so badly needs to face the threat of any two-front war. Adversities notwithstanding, the Tejas program reflects India's long-term resolve in attaining self-reliance in defense production. Through enhancing its cooperation with GE Aerospace alongside investing in native engine research, India is making way for a more indigenous and robust defense manufacturing industry. But what do you believe? Is the Tejas Mark 1A a landmark project for India's fighter jet manufacturing ambitions? Leave a comment with your opinion, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.